since the Lil Durk coming out and saying Gunna's a snitch and all that stuff and everything, first off, your thug never told him to say nothing like that. That's just cuz going off of what he's saying. That's why Slime Life Shotty got the boot. Now, with that being said, we got to go back and we got to go revisit everybody's paperwork to see exactly what they said. There's one individual that you can't find that said that YSL's a gang. I'm going to show you Gunna's paperwork. We don't have to do that. We already seen the video.
Committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
But
Yes, ma'am.
there's Duke's paperwork where cuz don't admit any of that. So what you are seeing here is the state of Georgia versus Martinez Arnold. Criminal action 22SC 183672, November through December, term of 2022. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the exact next slide, and I'm going to show you exactly what you should be looking for. So when y'all see guilty and you see the NOL pros, right, that's nole prosequi, basically meaning they're going to drop it. So all those charges right there, the violation of the Controlled Substance Acts, basically 58 through 52, they dropped all that, and then they just gave them with the conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act and unlawful for possession of basically street gang, admitting that you're a damn street gang member. So that's all he did. That's all he's in there for, is basically admitting that he's a street gang member. Now, here's where people will turn around and go, well, hold on. This means he's a snitch, right? They'll say right here, A, in bright red letters, you will testify truthfully to all matters which you are questioned, but reserve the right to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. All that other stuff, you possess no guns, you commit no criminal acts, you can't have any contact with the co-defendants, you're subject to curfew. This is pretty interesting right here. I will authorize you to travel, but you will need to. You need to follow the appropriate procedure as set forth by your probation officer, who will explain that to you. You will have to apply for a travel permit. You'll have to put some information down. Basically, if he's leaving, they don't know where you're going. Now, here's the thing. Now, and it's up to y'all to believe it or don't believe it in anything like that. I don't think that they gonna basically say they know anything. When called upon and all that stuff, basically, they gonna say, no, I don't know anything about that. It's actually a win, depending on, because if they say truthfully and everything, as far as, how they worded it, and that's why I say we kind of gonna have to leave Gunna alone real quick until the trial is done, because they may not even call Gunna to testify. So we'll see, bro. It still don't look good that you admit that YSL is a gang. Now, Duke is the only one that I know of that didn't take a plea deal that said that YSL is a gang. Now, if everybody else who went after and everything said that YSL ain't a gang, then cool. Because basically, if they never admit that Young Thug said this and said that and don't admit it's a gang and admit it's an individual, then you're able to say, well, that doesn't tie to Young Thug because Young Thug had no knowledge. So that's the part where we kind of got to sit back a little bit. I get that everybody wants to be antsy about everything, but in all actuality, bro, even myself, we kind of got to slow down a little bit. Now, do I think Gunna is a snitch? I think what he did was ratting because of him basically saying that YSL is a gang. But part of that I could say, well, bro, if you already had people that's already in there and everything that's going to take the charge, then you saying it's not yours, that actually ain't a bad thing. You can get away with that in the streets. Nobody from the streets will tell you that's some snitch stuff if somebody say that, bro, I'm going to take the lick for this gun and for these drugs. But admitting YSL is a gang is a big no-no. But we'll see how it go. Let's get back into the show. Now, when it comes to Yak Gotti, there's rappers who will say, and y'all can go look up a Mozzie song when he say, it's called Bald Headed. That's, in my opinion, that's Lil Bro's best song. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, when Mozzie first dropped, he was like, basically, Young Life talking to the law. It's a shame, but it fall back on us because they ain't properly trained. Essentially, that's what happened with Yak Gotti. take it, don't take it. I'm not telling y'all what to think. I'm going to give you another perspective, everything like that. I already said this before on the other channel, but right now, all of my comments and everything, they was on my ass. I'm like, well, Seti Nash, you said this before, and you said he didn't do all that and everything like that. Yeah, you're right. I just forgot I said that. So here's basically this. Little buddy was 20 years old. Factor that how you want to. Did wrong. You ain't supposed to go in no interrogation room or anything like that, or even talk to the police without your lawyer presence. Now, I'm going to say this real quick before we proceed to go forward. Anytime, everybody who from the streets watching this, whether you're watching it on your phone or not, let me tell y'all, you say nothing to the police. Nothing. I don't care if you're 1,000% innocent. If you don't know what you're doing, y'all can talk this, or y'all can outthink the police and all that, and that's how they catch y'all asses up. I know. So this is what it is, and I'm going to tell you how I know. As soon as a police officer pulls you over, let's just say that he pulled you over on some BS and everything like that. As far as, say you were speeding, you were doing about 6 miles above the goddamn speed limit. You doing a 41 and a 35. Y'all know what they do when they come up? Hey, do you have anything illegal in the car? Have you been drinking or smoking? Do y'all know why they doing that? Yeah. They're doing what's called the high-low, where I'm going to say something high and then try to get you from something low. So as soon as I say, have you been drinking and all that stuff, you say no. And they'll ask you this simple question in a friendly-ass voice. It's interrogation tactics. It's for the mental. Pay attention. They'll say stuff like this. So where you coming from? I just came from the bar. I just came from a restaurant. You didn't have any drinks? Nah, I didn't have any drinks. You sure you didn't have at least one drink? Well, I might have had one drink. It's stuff like that where y'all got to make sure you say nothing. Nothing. If he asks you anything about anything, I don't answer questions, sir. I know how this go, and smile. Don't answer any questions, sir. I know how this go. Smile. Here's my license, my registration. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Other than that, no conversation. Now back to Yak Gotti. Yak Gotti messed up. Let's keep it authentic. Did a 6-hour confession video and all that stuff and everything. This is what essentially happened. Cuz got caught with straps, him and Duke and everything. A young nigga said some dumb shit, tried to redact it, and actually did redact it, and took both guns. I remember, they said it was 2 guns in there. Go back and read the report, because I just did. It was 2 guns in there. At first, hey, this mine, this yours, boom, this is what we gonna do. Then Cuz basically took them both. Then the feds came and did what I told y'all, dual sovereignty. So the feds came and picked it up. Well, no, dual sovereignty is going to come for what I'm about to say next. The feds went ahead and picked it up. So boom, Cuz did 4 years, Duke did 0. 4 years to 0. So he tried to fix it, and he eventually did fix it. Cuz doing his good behavior and then try to do everything and stuff like that. So that's where that is. If y'all want to say Cuz is a snitch for that, I got to ask y'all, if he snitched initially and went back and fixed it up, do that sound like they tripped him up, or do it sound like his intentions was to go in there and rat? Because if his intentions was to go in there and rat and tell on everybody, he shouldn't have took the second gun. That's just the truth of the matter. So I'm going to just give it to you was young, dumb, and stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Now, the part where the DA, Fonnie Willis, jumps in, this is where it gets real Mickey and tricky. She basically used dual sovereignty. A lot of those cases that they're using are old cases. Yak Gotti's case is a Fed case that she used. So when I said the stuff about dual sovereignty later on, I might got to redact that one, because you can't come back unless they're going to charge them officially with a RICO. Then they can do that. But other than that, we'll see how that shit goes. But basically, everybody that's doing the case right now, I know that they lawyers understand how the streets work. So they're not going to come back and go to the damn feds, go to the police and say, I'm going to take the stand, I'm going to put my hand on the Bible and swear to God they did everything and I'm going to shut up when it come to mine. I'm telling you right now, that don't seem as a lawyer. A lawyer would not allow your dumb ass to do nothing like that, because at the end of the day, you're going to find out that a lot of stuff that we've been found out, that we have been privy to, actually is kind of lame. And what I mean when I say that is basically this. When they said that stuff, what they said about Gunna and the gun and all that stuff and everything like that, bro, there was a third person in the car who took the gun charge. Not Thug, not Gunna. They're the main mans. So it would make sense. We know that now. But other than that, bro, we probably going to have to revisit, I ain't going to hold you, probably down the road, probably going to have to revisit Gunna's statement too. It might be possible. But the only thing that Gunna messed up on is you should have never admitted YSL was a gang, and you should have never admitted you had knowledge of crimes. Other than that, pleading out on your own accord, hey, it is what it is. Now, if you actually would have helped out Young Thug and would have been like, them drugs is mine and all that stuff and everything like that, then cool. Then nobody can have a problem with it. And that's where it's ultimately going to fall on is, bruh, did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that? But it might have even been a third person in the car with him on that. But we ain't seen none of that on the camera. And that might have been on purpose or whatever. But y'all know we seen just two individuals right there sitting down for that drugs. But at the same time, too, we got Jim Irsay of the Colts, who had a lot of drugs on him because he had the money. You know, they basically said, bruh, we going to give you probation and all this stuff. Basically, all I'm telling y'all is this. It don't look that bad like it does for Young Thug as we be taught, because we got to understand who's sending the messages out. And that would be the DA's office. Because if y'all think about it, what does YSL have to gain from any of this? What does YSL have to gain from a bunch of people pleading out saying that YSL is a gang? You think the news ain't picking this up and we ain't saying this back to the public? So it's going to be an unfair trial any goddamn ways. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Did I get it wrong? Did I get it right? Let me know something. But I can tell y'all this, based on the paperwork I read, Duke basically just took his own lick. And that's that. And last I checked, people don't get mad at you for taking your own lick. You might have just helped out, because technically what Thug is even charged with, bruh, they just basically charging him with being the head of association, not really committing any goddamn crimes. But let me know y'all thoughts on this one. All right, man, so y'all know we just hit 1,000 subs. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help us out, help us out. I'll catch y'all at the 10,000 sub mark. New video dropped in. We out y'all.